Let's now talk to a oil and gas analyst, Bala Zakka, who joins us for more on this development. So after 13 years of back and forth and watching the drama unfold at the floor of the National Assembly, would you say that the bill that has now been assented to, which I believe is now an act, is it worth the wait, and does it have the capacity to indeed reform the oil sector in Nigeria?
Thank you for that question. The first thing I will say is this. After waiting for such a long time, we have all been expectant. The Nigerian oil and gas industry has been expectant. The global oil community has been expectant. And when we heard about the signing of the bill into law and it is now an act, there was this sign of relief. But personally, I'm yet to read or go through the assented bill, because I know that before some stakeholders came up with their respective concerns, and some of us felt some T's needed to be crossed and some I's needed to be dotted. So probably after going through the assented bill, my joy will be fullest. But as we speak now, I think I'm really excited. I'm happy. At least it has come and it has been signed into law.
Mr. Zakka, let me take you back to July when fresh agitations arose aftermath the signing, or rather passage of this bill by the National Assembly. The host community are concerned about what they call the meager 3% allocated to them. And there are some who are also referring to the 30% profit share for oil exploration in frontier basins. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, as at that time, I also had my own concerns. In fact, my own concern had to even do with the definition of host community. Because as far as I'm concerned, a host community must be associated with fiscal extraction of oil or gas. In other words, even within the same local government, if a community is not associated with fiscal extraction of oil and gas, it does not technically qualify to be called a host community. But we know that there are communities where pipelines have passed through, depots are situated where oil and gas activities have impacted them. Such communities can be given their own unique descriptions and they need to be taken care of. So to that extent, I also felt probably something needed to be rephrased in the definition of the host community. So on just host community alone, I had my own concerns. But the most important thing is, I mean, just even holy books. We know about the Quran, we know about the Bhagavad Gita, we even know about the Bible. People still complain and challenge those holy books. So I would not expect the PIA in this case, if I'm right, that's Petroleum Industry Act, to be 100% perfect. There is a need to continue to look into it, but at least it has been passed into law.
So we're looking forward to a document or perhaps an act providing some form of a legal and policy framework for the Nigerian petroleum industry. What is next aftermath this assent? It's one thing to have it in written form. What are your expectations as regards implementation?
Your question is 100% correct. What is next? As far as I'm concerned, and this is my personal opinion, regardless of all the conditions and so many things that are supposed to be in the Petroleum Industry Act, it is expected, or I will expect it to satisfy at least two criteria or conditions. The first one is international acceptance, and the second point is local tolerance. When I talk about international acceptance here, I am talking from the context of the product or commodity we're talking about. Crude oil and gas are international commodities. And when you're talking about the business of crude oil and gas, you're talking about international investors, international oil companies, and international community. So it just has to have that international acceptance. And the second condition is local tolerance. Because regardless of how you will make it appealing to the international community and international investors, just because it is an international commodity or product, if it doesn't have a local tolerance in Nigeria, it is not going to sail through. And by local tolerance, we simply means within the communities where these operations will take place, what will be the relationship? What will be the kind of corporate social responsibilities? Then among the areas that the pipelines and depots will be situated, what will be the impact and how can they be remediated? Then overall, we will expect that this will lead to the blowing up of the oil and gas industries. Now, we will see downstream being very active, we will see midstream being very active, and we will start producing petrochemicals, we will start producing vaccines, resins, and the rest. So to that extent, Nigerians will be gainfully employed. They will now start paying their taxes and they will contribute to the GDP. So if you look at it from that angle, local tolerance and international acceptance are supposed to be conditions that just have to be satisfied regardless of other criteria and conditions.
In the coming days, we'll see whether this act fit into the yardsticks that you have highlighted. Oil and gas analyst Bala Zakka, thank you for talking to us tonight.
Thank you.